Yeah, I gave it to Seth.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Oh yes, safety. Safety is very important. So please pay attention. To start, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab that red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I will come back to assist you as soon as it is safe. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please do remain seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, and if at any point you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, do not use your selfie sticks on board the tram. To our left is our largest soundstage. That's soundstage 12, and that is where they filmed The Mummy 90 years ago. 90 years ago today, The Mummy premiered in theaters. Soundstage 12 is also where Joss Whedon built an entire spaceship for Serenity, and it's where all of these scenes were shot. Spartacus. This Couples Retreat, directed by Peter Billingsley, who played Ralphie in A Christmas Story. And they did not get to go to a fantasy island. They built a fantasy island inside Soundstage 12. On your screens right now, you can see what a soundstage. Oh, if that's a medical emergency, please pull the cord again. Ted Danson. It's where they shot Parenthood, starring Craig T. Nelson, and Coach, starring Craig T. Nelson. It's also where Good Girls, starring Retta, Mae Whitman, and Christina Hendricks shot. And way back when, that is where Alfred Hitchcock shot scenes from The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock created most of his masterpieces here at Universal, as well as his television show, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and he managed to fit himself into just about every single one of his films. Here's some of our favorite Hitchcock cameos. 5195 has his profile next to the door because that was his office when he was working here at Universal. It's now where the De Laurentiis production does their producing. But coming up on our left are the newest sound stages on our front lot, and they look a little different because we stuck offices on the front of the building. This way we can have our writer's room, wardrobe, makeup all in the same building as the shooting stage. The very first production to shoot inside these sound stages was Hairspray Live. They would shoot a number inside the soundstage, run across the street to the back lot, shoot a big dance number, and then run back into the soundstage for the very next scene. That was a really fun night here. Between the front lot and the back lot. And I know a lot of exciting things happen inside buildings on the front lot. On the back lot, it's a very different story. Mainly because most of these buildings don't have insides. These are sets. We don't waste our time and money building anything more than the camera needs to see. Since we shoot exterior scenes here, that's all we build. And you've seen these sets hundreds, maybe thousands of times in different television shows, commercials, music videos. You don't recognize the sets from show to show because you're looking at the actors, not the backgrounds that they're walking on. Y'all are watching Jim Carrey rather than our gorgeous Brownstone Street when you saw Bruce Almighty.
Raise the door! Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good.
Hill Valley in Back to the Future is Grandview for Ghost Whisperer. This is Kingston Falls in that classic Christmas tale Gremlins. And it's featured in all of these shows. This is also Rutherford Falls. It looked so cool. Every single shop was an oldie, ye oldie something.
Let's go out! No, you were right.
I see some of you have noticed there's a difference. It is real. Some of the marble, yes, is wood. Some of the stone is wood, but most of it is styrene. It's a moldable plastic. We print out our brick in sheets of 3x6 and staple it onto the Tyvek. For my fellow nerds, the gray marquee, gray theater marquee on our right-hand side, imagine it without all that gold stuff. That was featured, kind of, in Captain America, the First Avenger. So he has just taken the serum, turned into the big hero that we know, and he is on the hood of the taxi, chasing down the guy to get the vial of serum back. This is where that chase scene happened, this street right here. And this is a very short street. That is a very long chase scene. The way they do that is they drive the car, shoot one part of the chase scene. They back the car up. They shoot another part of the chase scene. They back the car up. They shoot another part of the chase scene. And then they show those, they cut them together in the editing bay consecutively so that it looks like one long chase scene. The left-hand side of buildings, they covered those with a green screen. And then they used cables, wireworks, and stunt doubles to make it look like Spidey was swinging from building to building. And then they digitally inserted those very same buildings. So it looks like they did the whole shoot and all the buildings here, right here on the lot. But when you see the film, the ones on the left, that's the digital fake buildings, whereas the ones on the right were the real fake buildings.
I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8.
That's exactly.
I like films that just take you away.
2 minutes.
Did you get wet?
The Ford Anglia is one of 5 that were used to make those scenes in Harry Potter. The gyrosphere is missing the sphere because the sphere was created entirely out of computer-generated imagery. And the Bradley personnel carrier, or tank from Transformers, is mostly made out of plywood. If you look close to the side, you'll see all those bolts holding it together. Nah, those are just molds. We glued them onto the side of the plywood to make it look real. And it works.
Yep.
Looks like containment protocols have fallen by the wayside again. Oh no! We're being attacked by dinosaurs! Again. course. Oh, that's right. King Kong is only under contract to protect us from T-Rexes. We're on our own when it comes to Dilophosaurus. Dilophosauri? Yeah, dinosaurs don't care about grammar. Oh, don't worry about the Spinosaurus. He's so scared of us, he's petrified. It's some of the really bad ones, by the way, I got from guests. So if you come up with a really bad joke, come and tell me afterwards. I promise I will use it on my next tour. Had to figure out how to create things like rain. We start with our sound effects department for thunder. We bounce high-intensity light off the buildings to give the illusion of lightning. And then we use tall sprinkler systems. We shoot the water up in the air, and it falls back down naturally, like rain. We've discovered that real rain doesn't show up very well on camera. And sometimes, if we really need the rain to show up, we might even add powdered milk to the water. Think about that. The next time you go see a romantic film, and a couple come together and they're kissing in the rain, yeah, there's probably milk. Of course, this is Southern California. If we get too much rain, we do tend to get floods. If you're lactose intolerant, keep your mouth closed. You may recognize our flash flood from the music video for Lady Gaga's Judas. In the video, Lady Gaga gets washed down the hill by the flood. Now, she had a stunt double, but Lady Gaga said it looked like fun. So in the video, it is Lady Gaga. That's another thing for you to Google while you're in line. Oh, and now in Big Fat Liar, our westerns have been shot here than anywhere else in the world, which is why this is where Quentin Tarantino came to shoot scenes from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. To our left, our saloon is actually featured in Craig Robinson's show Killing It right now. And I love these sets because most of these sets are just, oh man, they're having another shootout at the dressmakers. Look through the windows and we get to the end of the street. You can see that these are just facades. It's the fronts and sides of the building with nothing inside. That's where Jimmy Stewart won the rifle in Winchester 73. It's where My Little Chickadee was shot with W.C. Fields and Mae West. And The Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg. Meanwhile, across the pond, in sound stages 32 and 33, that is where Anna Gassier works on American Auto for Peacock. It's also where Julia Roberts worked on her show Homecoming for HBO. And 33 is where the ridiculous too early. We're gonna visit our Little Europe streets with Yes, Play the Good Place. I'll play the clip after you have seen the streets, so it makes more sense. But this is also the birthplace of the monster movie. This is called our Little Europe because it can play any European city we need. All we do is change the language on the signs, put a few bicycles out front. But yes, this is where all the greatest Universal monsters got their start. This is where they shot Dracula, the Mummy. You can just imagine Frankenstein's monster lumbering across these cobblestones. If you look really close, you still can't see the Invisible Man. Guess joke. This entire part of the lot was turned into Paris for the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the little grassy area that was turned into France again more recently for the Muppet movie. That's where Kermit and Piggy got back together. Very briefly. This is Italy for Angels and Demons. They're featured in the School for Good and Evil. They are so pretty in that movie. These streets are also very pretty. When they were turned into Saudi Arabia for the Kingdom with Jamie Foxx and Jennifer Garner, because we don't know geography here in America. Court of Miracles to our right, that left-hand archway is where Frankenstein's monster appeared for the very first time on screen ever. Right in the center of that courtyard is where we tied up and tortured the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And yes, Michael Schur came here to create The Good Place with Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. Now that you've seen it in person,
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Hi there. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Nicest cast and crew and a great show that I highly recommend. And to our left, that house there was actually built as a part of the filming process of the Hallmark Channel show Home and Family. That is the most practical set we have in the lot. They have an actual working bathroom inside that house. Yes, I know that doesn't sound weird to you, but these are sets. We don't have bathrooms in them. All the bathrooms for Little Europe are in the train station. But
Yeah, we hear about
That's him, right over there.
so off the right-hand side of the tram, there are a couple of danger, high voltage signs on the doors there. You can see one of them behind David Boreanaz's head in the clip, because when they were shooting the scene, the doors were open. Don't worry about that. We get tremors all the time. That's why we keep asking for right seated. So the film. Okay. Hang on. Are you telling me this could be the big one? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Back there on the left. The sky is falling. Oh my goodness, the platform is really breaking up on the right-hand side of the tram up here. Oh, and the danger high voltage doors are open. That can't be good. On the left, there's a train coming. Ah! Yes, we survived an earthquake. Unfortunately, the water main broke. Reset. The episode of Bones that filmed inside Soundstage 50 there was called The Bones on the Blue Line. It's from, oh, sorry about that. Sorry, early. Oh no, there's a shark in the water. Look out! That's my friend Vincent out there. Vincent's gonna make sure we're safe from the shark. Vincent's a very good friend of mine and a very good diver, and he did. Oh no, poor Vincent. He was my favorite chum. Okay, we're gonna pull up next to these gasoline tanks here where we should be safe. Just keep an eye on the yellow barrel out there. We've attached some bait to the barrel. Hopefully the shark will go for the bait. Okay, does anyone see the shark? He's not going for the bait. Oh, there he is. Oh good, he's taking the entire pier. And there's gasoline flying everywhere. Ah! Okay, front car, that was the best reaction I've had all day. He does, he's incredible. Now, you have just met Bruce. That is the name of the mechanical shark from Jaws. But our Bruce is not one of the original sharks used in making the film. And you can tell the difference because ours works.
That's a much maligned shrug. It's a shrug of frustration. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work properly at all. Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the rainbows. They were always saying...
It's also used for Bel Air, Lopez versus Lopez. Keenan lived on that street, and Quantum Leap has used that street. The hill house on our left here at the end, start of the hill, that is the House of Seven Gables from the film with Vincent Price. Now, our Colonial Street is a very busy filming location because it looks like a regular suburban neighborhood. Some of you might remember it as Wisteria Lane from Desperate Housewives. This street asked if we could borrow the cars for Fast and Furious 3. Now, I know some of you are visiting from out of town. If you don't have your hotel reservations yet, let me give you a quick recommendation. I recommend you do not stay at the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller, Psycho. The house at the top of the hill is from the original 19... Oh dear. Sorry. Shh! He's a psycho killer! Oh, you like psycho killers. Oh, so do I. I like Loki as well. Okay, okay, oh wait, he's back. Oh man! Okay, seriously, let's all be very, very quiet so Norman won't notice that we're here. Hi, Norman! Oh, he's got a knife! He's coming straight at us! Let's get out of here! Oh no! Oh, Carrefour, keep up! Keep up, Carrefour! Look out! That is what I like to see. A psycho killer with no follow-through. His mother must be so proud. Oh yeah, make sure you peek in the second floor as we go by. Mother's still hiding out up there. Rocking out up there. I messed up my own joke. Well, we survived the psycho, so let's see if we can find us some aliens. Welcome to the crash site set from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. The props change regularly because they're out here in the weather, and it's been over a decade now. Oh yeah, yeah. They used it for. I can never think of all the crash things. We weren't allowed to use this. Steven Spielberg didn't want us to use this for anything else for I believe it was 5-year period, and then as soon as that 5 years was up, America's Next Top Model came and did a shoot here, which was hysterical. And then there was, I think Eve came and did a music video. And they let the trams go through because there was no sound. She wasn't actually singing. So it was what we call MOS, which is without sound. Thanks, German directors. And so then every time we came through, they would stop and they would hold up like a white lighting screen in front of her to hide her so no one could get pictures. Except there was one time I was coming through, she was one of the people holding up the white sign. And everyone just assumed she was behind it and did not see her standing there. It was so funny. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio did the same thing. We were not allowed to mention Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino, any of the actors. We couldn't point them out, which is why I always say, please take pictures of things I'm not talking about. Because often Leo and Brad would lean against their Charger or one of the 70s cars and watch trams go by. And no one would pay any attention to them. They were so 70s out, they didn't recognize them. But here's Rick Scott to tell you a little bit more about this crash.
The airplane crash site set is
Carter Scott?
A set that is all designed around his vision that Steven had.
We sit again to sit down to talk about War of the World. I thought, what if the
Magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's planet.
a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupiter. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Well, it's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It's smack dab in the center of the hospital. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world of no.
Yeah, I think we're going to take the advice that he is giving us and get out. If you look to the right as we leave Jupiter's Claim, you can see that big backdrop cut out in the sky. This is also where, by the way, they built both of the arenas for Hunger Games and Hunger Games Catching Fire. And as they're hanging out, we're going to hide in here until they pass us by and hopefully someone catches them. Now, don't worry, you don't need to put on any 3D glasses or anything, but do, of course, for your safety, remain seated at all times. Next bay uses state-of-the-art 3D technology.
FBI, don't move. Bill? That's right, party's over. You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not... You're under arrest right now. Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you. Oh, really? my safety, I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this goddess out. Let's go, Cookie Puss.
That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. I'm on the lease. It's all warmed up right next door.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime.
I got the bull by the horn! I got company! Witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away!
Where to go, Letty? Drone climbing up the missile shot. Not gonna happen. Roman, don't shoot! Head from the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
That was cool. What? Again with the water. Again with the water.
Protect the witness and